Alright, welcome back. It's been a minute, everybody, but well, you're looking at my Google tab right now. So, nothing interesting, but I just want to talk about the state of Arcane Odyssey. So, currently, we're sitting at 885 players. Ooh. Y'all, that's a bit cooked, guys. Like, after the I think everybody already slayed the dragon. You know, that's like part of the main reason why most people stop playing. Because, well, once you slay the dragon, and that's pretty much it. Replaying the fight to get to the dragon isn't fun, right? And I assume that's probably why most people actually stop, because it actually, unironically, if you want like the best dragon armor, you need to spend half an hour to an hour, right, depending on how fast you go, to get to like an ancient dragon, right? Yeah, it's not fun, guys. Like 30 minutes of mindlessly driving into one goal is just I mean, it's worth it like if it's once, but not if you want to like keep replaying the game. That's mainly why I stopped. Let me know what you guys think, but yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much the situation. We're gonna quickly go over Trello, right? Because we do have updates on, you know, the next coming update. I believe VTech said it's just like focus on story. I'm not sure what else is there. We could quickly look over to it, I guess, right? So story is gonna be a big thing, I guess, for the game, right? Now, personally opinion, I don't think the story matters because, right, you're mostly here for the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, you like, we want to fight dragons, we want to fight boss, we want to explore, we want to find islands, right? Like, the reason why I know this is, you know, like, if you look at the Nimbicy update before for Arcane Odyssey, right? Like, now, that game, I mean, that update only had, like, mostly story. There is, like, the new Nimbicy area when the Nimbicy update came out, right? But, yeah, there wasn't too much to explore. And half of it is supposed to be about, like, the story, right? And there was a lot of player initially, but then it dropped because everybody didn't get the gameplay they wanted, right? The story was like, what, 3 minutes? So, I don't know. Maybe the story will be good. Like, I think it will be the same, like for Arcane Odyssey. If they just add in the boss without the story. Like, people will still play it the same, right? Like, but yeah, story is at chapter 10, or is that what VTEX is working on? Huh. Okay, and then they're adding new sea monster, model, texture, animation. Oh yeah, guys, I realize I'm just kind of like moving kind of quickly. Just kind of like want to give my quick opinion and then, well, move on pretty much. So, yeah. But let's now look at like what's coming next, right? What to be expected from the game. So obviously, I said earlier, sea monsters, and Usherwork is working on instrument models. I'm not sure if they're actually talking about the instrument. Like a flute? Like, what, a guitar? Like, I don't know. But okay, new armor set, and weapons. Ooh. Yo, weapons could be big. Like, to be honest, I don't think, like, the armor has been a little bit slacking, alright? Mostly, like, reused texture and, like, coloring, right? I'm not personally a fan of that. Like, the most notable thing is, like, Sunken Iron and Iron Armor, but people were saying, like, oh, they're both Iron Armor, you know, and it only makes sense for them to be the same, right? But then there's also, like, the Dragon Armor, right? The Dragon Armor is kind of like retexture. If you get, like, a young Dragon Armor versus, like, an ancient Dragon Armor, there's, like, slight minor difference, but it doesn't feel like a major upgrade. Like, visually, of course. For me, at least. Still looks cool, though. But, you know, obviously, it could be better. We can always push for a better game. with better models. Now, currently working progress update, chapter 10. Oh, that's what it's called now? Okay, chapter 10 update. Right. So I assume the update is going to be mainly about story, which I'm not a fan of Arcane Odyssey story so far, but I'll get to that like later. Let's see. Ooh, increase max level from 175 to 180. Does that mean we'll get the brig? I mean, not the brig. Frigate. I think that's what it's called. Is pretty much like the next version of like a boat you can get, right? I'm not sure if they're adding that. Also, if you guys can hear like a background noise, they're like constructioning on like the gas pipe right now. So, uh-oh. Hopefully no explosion. Guys, don't hit the pipe. Otherwise, you'll get like a nuclear diffusion, you know? Just like when the Dark Sea happened, but in real life. Alright, so, and then they said added streaming emotive for performance. A Roblox system that allows the server to control what parts of the map, NPC, and enemies are rendered on your client. Ooh. Potential lag fixes. Server lag mainly. I don't know about FPS lag. If you have shit computer, it's still saying shit, baby. Not really. Nah. I'm joking. It will help a little bit because it's a client system. So, we'll see. Now, something else came into mind. I did make a poll asking you guys how much you guys are lagging on, right? Or I mean, how much I guess lagging, or if you guys are doing well. I think a while ago, right? I made a poll asking the people, how's your FPS? Majority of people are like below 60 FPS, which is normal. How many percent is that? Like 26, 66, 70, 76% is below 60%. I mean 60 FPS, right? So meaning like 3/4 of the player base are doing fine. I don't know about the 1 to 15 FPS. Only 10% of people are struggling. Like 100 out of 1,000, right? Like that's what you guys are saying. Holy shit, it's so loud! You guys hear that? Yo, can I like bring the mic? They have like a freaking vacuum cleaner on the road. Okay, if it gets bad, I might have to cut like a part of the video. Holy shit, guys. Okay, let me just stop recording real quick. Alright, let's stop recording. But I'm back, and it has been like, what, a whole day after my previous recording? Because it was so loud. They wouldn't stop for like a whole hour with the construction. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I just gave up. So, we went over the FPS. I think most people are doing fine. Only 10% of people are like struggling, I would say. Which I think is a pretty good improvement. So, you know, that's good. Hopefully next update's even better, right? More of you can play. And I believe there was a little bit more with the work in progress. Let's see. We were talking about streaming performance, and then oh, now we're moving towards the combating, like the stat system. Movement distance and attack size no longer scale with stat point. Instead have fixed value from level 1 to 100. Your base attack size scale from 50% up to 100% at level 100. Single stat awakening. Also get a 20% base attack size bonus. Double stat awakening, get 10% base attack size bonus. So like conjurers, warlock, you only get 10%. But if you're like a warrior or a mage or a berserker, you get 20%. Huh. So I guess it's like to punish like the hybrid system. Man, like the problem with like the system, right? Like the I guess you could call it like balance changes, is that Arcane Odyssey changes quite a lot. They change it quite a lot. Like a year later, this system might not even be like reliable, right? So I wouldn't like, yeah, I wouldn't fuss over about like the movement distance and like attack size. it'll be whatever. When all comes to come, or what was the saying again? When all hope is lost, just go power build, boys. You can never go wrong with power build. That's just like my my quote in Arcane Odyssey. If you don't know what build to do, always power. Like, obviously you need defense, but if your enemy's dead and vaporized before they can kill you, who needs defense? So, yeah, you know, that's that. But yeah, jokes aside, power is actually really strong. Nothing wrong with going with power. But we're not gonna dig too deep into that system. But we're just gonna, you know, go over what's next, I guess, because we do have a bunch of stuff. We have like Dark Sea Archipelago, whatever that means. It's not like we don't have this already, you know what I mean? Like Dark Sea Islands is what this. I like the Dark Sea Island are technically Dark Sea Archipelagos. So I don't really know what this means. This is very vague, right? It's like saying, oh yeah, water is wet, or there's a ice on water or something, you know, like, I don't know, like stating the obvious pretty much, right? It doesn't really say much, so I guess we'll have to wait for the details when it is complete. If this is gonna be added with the chapter 10 update, or is it chapter 11? Because it says next update is chapter 11. Huh. Alright, I mean, I assume this update is just chapter 10. And we'll get a new quartermaster quest, requires Magnus. Minigame to be finished. Okay, like a new quartermaster. It could be really good. I don't know, like Princess Esmeralda, if you guys even remember her, was like the latest quartermaster we got. She's like mid, right? Like it could be like that again. So we'll have to see, right? If this quartermaster give us like shift movement speed, would be crazy. Like that would oh my god, that would be gameplay changing pretty much. Now I believe we do need a lot more movement speed. I feel like we need at least 200 movement speed with currently how like the end game meta is with your ships, right? Because traveling to Dark Sea takes forever, right? If you want us to adventure more, you should make it like easier, or at least end game will make it easier, right? You gotta play the game to make traveling easier. I'm okay with that if VTEX asks like that system, because earlier in the video I already complained that, well, I hate traveling like 30 minutes. I don't want to waste my time. Like, I'll spend 5 minutes, could go to Dark Sea, 10 minutes at max, right? If it's anything longer to get to like the far reach, I guess, for me personally, because I don't really hover around like the what's it, Insanity 1, 2 or whatever, right? I'm there for the bread, you know. I gotta go for the bread, you know. I'm not here for the cherry. I'm not here for the fruit. I'm here to get that cake. Okay, I'm switching it up, but like, you guys get it, right? I'm here to get that cake. I don't care about the icing. I don't care about the cherry, you know. Anyways, yeah. Moving on. We also have the Missoria. Am I saying it right? Missouri boss fight. Women. Adding on to my women tier list, guys. Check out my video. AO's women tier list. Hey yo, we can have an update. Yeah, we can finally have an update to that list. Do I even have a tier? Okay, no. I'm getting sidetracked. No, come back. Log in. Okay. All right. So we also have ghost ships. Then we have ghost ship. Like, you guys, like, what? I don't know. Also, like, I searched up Magnus earlier, side topic, for like the quartermaster. I searched up Magnus. There's the Magnus relic. I'm not sure if it's related to the quartermaster, but we will find out, I suppose. But yeah, didn't we have ghost ship? Is this gonna be like, yeah, we have the ghost ships already. What are you talking about, VTEX? I'm ignoring this one. Global downscaling. Oh my goodness. Every alien movement ability will have its scaling reduced. I assume that one is part of the work in progress up here. So we can ignore that because we already went over it. Ooh, wait, this one might be actually kind of fire. Ring Spire. The ruins of Stormgale Kingdom's capital in the northeastern Nimbus Seed, which would include 2 side boss fight, an obtainable weapon, an obtainable relic, an alpha animal. Oh no. I have bad history alpha animals, guys. Where was it? Do I have it? It's in one of my short. Oh, you know what? You know what? Maybe I won't get one shot by the animals again. Oh goodness, bro. Ay ay ay. I'm more scared of the alpha animal than the side boss. Okay, like, yo, beasts in this game are a different breed, bro. If you don't have vanity, which I'm still upset about, by the way. Vanity is supposed to protect you from like beast attacks, right? Like that pisses me off. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the mechanic, is pretty much if you don't have a certain cosmetic on beast monsters, such as the upcoming, what's it, animal alpha, whatever, can like destroy a certain percentage of your health bar, right? If you don't have the specific gear equipped. I hate that. Like, I hate that. I still don't know why that is there. Look, guys, we don't need realism in AL. You know, not if it's like not impactful to the game, right? Like, it does nothing to the game besides makes it worse. So I don't get what VTEX was thinking for that one. I'm gonna point it out because it's still an issue, right? I just don't think it should be in the game, because, you know, like, I don't know, it just isn't fun to deal with. And the game should be fun, right? Okay, moving on. Story 10, Chapter 10, spoilers, and Arcane. Wait, are these from the... Okay, I think this is from like the last update. I think it's just remnants of it, because we do have part of Arcanium weapon, and kinda Sistis weapon. Okay, this is like pretty much Berserker melee weapons that require strength, pretty much. Yeah, I'm spelling around, but like, whatever, because I think it needs a revamp. Maybe they are doing it, or it's just got remnant in notes, right? Like, this is probably not part of the update. Okay, whatever. I think like the more up-to-date stuff is in like the recent patch notes, so we can look over through that. Hopefully the video is not too long. Okay, it's a little bit too long, whatever. If you guys made it this far, you know, hey, I appreciate it, guys. We can go over the patch note for now. Story, fix issue, level cap. Now, yeah, there's not really much going on besides story. I don't think we really want spoiler for that. If you like, yeah, if you enjoy the game, you wouldn't want spoiler for the chapter, for the story. Bunch of fixes. Was this the last patch? Inventory search bar now retains some quality of life. Okay, Muchas is doing like a lot of good work with the filter, like important stuff, I would say. Not that like the bug fixes isn't important, but quality of life changes, I feel like, is what makes me be like, oh yes, they finally doing some work. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna ignore all the like balance changes, because they changed this every patch, and it like barely affects anything. So yeah, I mean, rest in peace explosion, like big boom, like nuclear explosion, right? I like doing that, that was fun, but it's like really laggy for some reason. So whatever. And this is the streaming able down here. That's supposed to like fix part of the lag, having the server like load a part of the map when necessary. More fixes, that's good. Ocean color is now tint. Bro, that's so funny. Oh man. VX always asks the most random like features. Alright, cool. As long as it doesn't make the game laggy, I don't really have a problem. But it's cool. Yeah. Doesn't add anything though. Wow, they're all fixes. I mean, guys, I don't know how I should feel about fixes, because sometimes, like, when they say a certain fix is fixed, it doesn't feel like the game has changed it much, but it's good to see fixes are being done, right? Like, because if nothing's fixed, like, it's obviously bad. Now, what I'm looking for mainly here is, like, new content. I don't think there's any new content besides the chapter story. Like, I mean, he did say visibility improvement. Wait. Oh, shoot. Was this for the recent patch? Let me log on real quick. So this one is 1.21.19. They fixed it in visibility in Darksea. Now, these are the kind of changes that I expect them to, like, launch out maybe immediately. But obviously they do need to test it, so it is what it is. Oh yeah, these are like the old patches. Okay, so right now we're at 21.25. Where's 21.25? So the current version of the patch is up to here. Okay, so we pretty much can ignore everything down here because it's already applying. Yeah, so I mean, there's no new content besides the new chapter. We can expect to have like a few new side bosses to fight. Okay, nothing major, I would say. It's mostly like a story update. Yeah. I don't expect a lot of people to come back for this update, to be honest, but we'll see. Maybe the story's peak. I'll let you guys know. I'm a big fan of story, just not Arcane Odyssey, obviously, because it's not that good, you know? It's not like Lore of Mystery. It's not like, you know, Shadow Slave. I read some novels, you know, if you guys the ghosts out there. Those are just popular one, you know. But yeah, I will stop here. Gonna stop yapping. Enjoy the yapping a little bit. I'm gonna get to editing a video. And obviously, if you guys made it so far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.